Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Andre here for MD After Dark, and I'm going to be grading the 2025 quarterback draft class. So, first, we have Cam Ward, number one pick out of the University of Miami. I give him a 6 out of 10, only for the fact that the Titans are a horrible team to get drafted by. I think they gave him some good weapons. I mean, you have Calvin Ridley, but he's hurt. And then you have Tyjae Spears, and who's also hurt. He was, and then Tony Pollard, who is healthy finally. And then you also have rookies Elick Eomanor out of Stanford, but then Chimere DK, who's been one of his favorite targets from Florida, and then Gunnar Helm, a tight end out of Texas. But me personally, I think Cam Ward has all the capabilities of being a very good quarterback. But like it says here, uh, he has the playmaking ability, the unshakable confidence, and the arm talent. But the new system that he's been put into, uh, he just needs to develop in it. And I think the Titans have a very good core that they could build in a weak division, other than somehow the Colts going 7-1 with the Daniel Jones experiment. And we'll do Anthony Richards in a different video. So yeah, I have Cam Ward a 6 out of 10 for the Tennessee Titans. With my next quarterback, I have Jackson Dart at number 25. They traded up for him into the first round. Honestly, I'm going to give this also a 6 out of 10. I think they traded up too far. I don't think anybody was going to draft him that early. I think people, I mean, you have that stupid reaction from that girl. You chose Jackson Dart over Shedeur Sanders? Yes, every team did. But I mean, you had him and Cam Scadaboo, and that Cam Scadaboo injury was gruesome. Don't look it up. I mean, he is a great player. It just sucks to see somebody go down like that. And I like the Giants. I like what they're building. But when Neighbors and Scadaboo go down, who's next? Jackson Dart? I sure hope not. But Jackson Dart, he has the aura. Like that's what you need. If you're a quarterback, you need to have the confidence that you are going to be the best. And him and Cam Scadaboo, those two are a dynamic duo, and I can't wait for them to come back next year fully healthy. Jackson Dart will have a full year at quarterback under his belt, and we'll see what a full season does for him with the Giants. I mean, he also has good weapons too. Neighbors is hurt. Wandale Robinson. I love that guy. And then you also have Theo Johnson and Daniel Bellinger, who are super underrated tight ends. And I'm missing a wide receiver. I'm a casual. But anyways, I give this a 6 out of 10. It would be higher if they didn't trade up for him. I think if they would have waited off until the second round, they could have gotten better value. The third quarterback taken, I am going to be harsh on this one, is Tyler Shuck out of Louisville. Whew, New Orleans. I don't know what you're doing. This is a 1 out of 10. You have a 25-year-old rookie quarterback who, mind you, is 26 now. He was a 5-year senior, if not longer, I'm pretty sure. And I mean, I don't know how Kellen Moore has this job. This team is absurdly bad. I can't even put any positives. I mean, I watched them play the Buccaneers. Rashid Shaheed is supposed to be one of their best playmakers. 2 fumbles. Chris Olave is constantly hurt, even though he cruised against the Bears. Just so you guys know. I love Chris Olave. Rashid Shaheed is a great returner. But, I mean, Tyler Shuck, you've played some snaps. I watched you against the Buccaneers. You threw an interception. It wasn't your fault. But it's just like you're drafting a basically 26-year-old quarterback, and it's like you're halfway through the year. You have Spencer Rattler. You just aren't using your. You spend 2 fifth-round picks on quarterbacks and expect them to develop as a franchise QB. Spencer Rattler is younger than him, and he's already been in the league for a year. I just don't like the pick. 1 out of 10 for Tyler Shuck. It's just rough. It's rough. The fourth quarterback taken off the board is Jalen Milroe. I'm going to give this one an A. He hasn't barely played at all. And I think that's a good thing. Sam Darnold is a he was just he was a miracle last year for the Vikings, and I hate that. But he got himself paid. He finally has consistent quarterback play. But I think Milroe can develop into that quarterback. I loved Jalen Milroe at Alabama. Um, I wish if Caleb Williams wasn't on the Bears, this is the guy I would want. If I'm going to be honest, this is my guy. But people are like, oh, he can only run. So did Lamar Jackson. And look at this guy. What is that, a third round pick? Use the third round pick on a quarterback who has the upside to be a Lamar Jackson type player. I love it. I have to give it an NA though. I love the draft pick by the Seahawks. I have a friend who's a Seahawks fan, and I don't even know if he knew who Jalen Milroe is, but this is a good pick. I love the pick, but I have to give it an NA because he hasn't played yet. Our fifth quarterback off the board is Dylan Gabriel. I'm giving this one a 5 out of 10. Oh, man. He's an older QB again. And then obviously you draft Shador the next round. But I like Dylan Gabriel, but you draft two quarterbacks and he's also old. If you're the Browns, you're thinking, oh, I gotta go up there and get a Jackson Dart. I gotta go up there and get a Jalen Milroe, and you fall to Dylan Gabriel. I, d- I don't know what you're doing. Me personally, I like that they go out and get multiple QBs. I actually liked it. A lot of people did not like that. But with a deeper draft class, me personally, I'm giving these picks low grades because some of these guys are going super. I mean, you could get a Dylan Gabriel later in the draft. Nobody else is competing with you for these guys. Look at how far Shador fell. You could have gotten him later. He might have went undrafted, and you could have picked him up and drafted a position player like a wide receiver or something. But me personally, Dylan Gabriel is a good quarterback. I give it a 5 out of 10. I might give him like a 5.5 or a 6. But right now, what he showed me, he can throw the intermediate. He struggles in the long and deep passes, and then the short routes are also. I mean, he's super up and down. You know what I mean? But he looked okay against. I mean, he threw a good ball against the Patriots, but I don't think this is the guy the Browns are looking for. And here we have our guy, Shedder. Um, like I said, you could have taken Shedeur later in the draft, unless he was your best option, which apparently he was, because they said if nobody takes you, we're taking you here. I don't like the pick. Shedeur, who knows? Apparently, the Browns say they're going to play him the last 4 games of the season, no matter what. And guess who his first game is against? The Bears. That will be. I will be pissed if the Bears lose to Shedeur Sanders. But who knows? I trade for him all the time, my franchise, because it's Shedeur Sanders. But I mean, he has all of these quarterbacks have the talent. I think the least talented QB here is probably Tyler Shuck. I mean, Dylan Gabriel's probably one or two, but Shedeur, I think people downgraded him based off of his media influence. And I can see that. I can understand that. You already have enough media influence with this guy, Mr. Watson. So you don't want any other negative aspects going to your team when you're already a negative franchise, anyways. But I'll give him a 5 out of 10 as well. I mean, and you're probably thinking, oh, Dylan Gabriel got a 5 out of 10. I said I could give him like a 5 and a half. Shedeur, he has more upside. He's more of an athlete. What he needs to work on is what Caleb Williams needs to work on. Worked on is what they both need to work on is throwing the ball away, taking the plays that you wouldn't have in college or wouldn't have in the NFL that you would have in college, if you know what I mean. They both could run around because they're all, ooh, they have the whole, and then you just gotta throw it away. You gotta take your checkdowns, take 2 yards on a scramble. They try to do too much. And I think Shedeur Sanders, if he wasn't so negative with the media, he could have been up here with Jalen Milroe, not with Tyler Shuck. Shuck should be down here with some of these late round guys. So let's get to them. All right, the first late round guy is Kyle McCord. I liked him out of Syracuse. I mean, everybody was hating on him at Ohio State, but this is a guy who also hasn't really played a lot. Tanner McKee, Dorian Thompson Robinson. I love my dude DTR, but he's just buns. I watched him at UCLA a lot when they were still in the Pac-12. But I mean, you don't get a lot of playing time when you have a quarterback like Jalen Hurts, so that's an NA. I probably should have given Shadur an NA as well. I was thinking just about the pick. So Jalen Milroe, Shadur Sanders, and Kyle McCord all get NAs. I can't really tell you much about McCord because he just hasn't played. I didn't really watch a lot of Syracuse football. So yeah, if you want, you can pause and you can look at his draft explanation. There you go. Now this guy is a guy I can get after. Will Howard. He's 6'4", 235, 73% completion percentage for at Ohio State. This might be one of the better QBs. I give this one a 7 out of 10 already because he is, I mean, okay, I will tell you, he is better than these two. He is better than Kyle McCord. He is better than Tyler Shuck. He's a top 4 QB in this draft. Top 5, actually. He's a top 5 QB in this draft. I liked what he did at Ohio State. They got him in the 6th round. I give this a 7 out of 10. He can run, he can throw it deep. Um, but yeah, I mean, the Steelers have their QB when Rodgers retires, which he could come back next year and mentor Will Howard. And I would love to see Will Howard get starts next year as a 6th round pick for Pittsburgh. I don't think they have to draft another QB. This is a good pick. I like this pick. Our next pick was Riley Leonard. This guy, he's stuck in a very good quarterback room. Daniel Jones somehow has him at 7-1, and then Anthony Richardson. You could throw this guy in there, and he could throw for 160 yards and a touchdown because they have Jonathan Taylor. If I'm Indianapolis, this is the guy I want. He is mobile. You can run the read option with him. He could throw it short. He could throw it medium. I don't know. He had some great receivers at Notre Dame, and there are some great receivers. They are very deep at wide receiver uh, in Indianapolis. So he gets another NA because he hasn't played either. So he gets an NA. Our next pick is Graham Mertz. I probably should have just not even stopped. Graham Mertz, former Wisconsin QB. My friends liked him. Um, but yeah, he didn't play a lot last year, but he ended up getting drafted before a couple of good quarterbacks. And this also gets an NA. I am not super familiar with him. I know he played for the Badgers. Apparently, he is the best quarterback in recent Badgers history, which I could get after, which is probably why he transferred because they're horrible. But he played for Florida for 2 years before he played for the Badgers. So he also gets an NA. And then you have Cam Miller, who is out of San Diego State. Nope, North Dakota State, excuse me. Should have done my research here. But I am not 100% sure if he even made the roster. I think he did. If not, he's on the practice squad. Um, I've watched this guy a little bit at North Dakota State. He can run, he can sling the rock, but I mean, he only had 4 interceptions and 33 touchdowns his senior year. I mean, and like I said, uh, he can also run 1,200 yards and 25 touchdowns. That's upside. If I am the Raiders, I am benching Geno Smith and getting Aiden O'Connell and Cam Miller some playing time. But this is also an NA because he has not seen the field, but he can run, he can throw. I didn't like their pick from that one like wide receiver QB, whoever that guy was. I don't even know if he made the team, which sucks because you never want to see a rookie get cut. But I think this is an okay pick. The Raiders needed a QB. This isn't going to be a long-term replacement guy, but if Gino doesn't pick up his game, he will be getting benched. Our second to last quarterback is Curtis Rourke from Indiana. He's 6'5", He was probably one of the best QBs in Indiana in a long time. He led them to the playoffs last year, 10 wins, but he's coming off a torn ACL. And yeah, Tyler Mordecai, another former Wisconsin quarterback. He made the roster over Tanner Mordecai. I'm pretty sure Mordecai's on the practice squad though, but he hasn't played much as well. I don't think he's actually touched the field like most of these guys because Brock Purdy got hurt. And even though Brock Purdy got hurt, Mac Jones has been pretty darn good. I like seeing these. I'm gonna go off topic for a second. I like seeing these guys rejuvenate their career. Mac Jones, you got Daniel Jones. What is up with the Joneses doing it? Um, the next guy I want to see do something is Zach Wilson. I want to see Zach Wilson rejuvenate his career. That'd be pretty cool. But again, Curtis Rourke gets an NA. He is going to be a good quarterback. He's 6'5". Like it says here, pocket passer. He can't really throw the ball, and that doesn't help that he tore his ACL either. Did I say throw the ball? He can't really run the ball because he tore his ACL as well. So yeah, this one also gets an NA. And the final QB in this draft class that was drafted at least was Quinn Ewers. I give this as a pick a 7 out of 10. Quinn Ewers is an older QB, but I mean I like this pick. McDaniels doesn't have a lot to look at, or sorry, doesn't have a lot of positivity. What is that? Uninteresting. Look, Mike McDaniels is gonna get fired after this year. He's horrible, but I like this quarterback room. Tua, everyone's like, oh, Tua's so bad. He's really not. He started balling last week. Zach Wilson, the guy I said I want to rejuvenate his career, and then Quinn Ewers. QE3 in a mid quarterback room. This guy could be getting some PT next year. Um, he shined over Arch Manning, so hey. But as a seventh round pick, I think he is going to be a positive piece in Miami's future. And if not in Miami, he will find a different home to play at. So, anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And as always, I don't have it as always. I'll see you later.